Well, hello, SNHU 107 students, and welcome to week 7 here in the SNHU 107 learning community. I am Melanie Shop, your SNHU 107 learning community gal, and today we are going to talk about making sure you are finishing your term strong. First and foremost, your experience here at Southern New Hampshire University is important to us. It's our policy and practice to create an inclusive and accessible learning environment. If there are aspects of instruction or course design that present barriers to accessibility, please notify the Online Accessibility Center, the OAC, as soon as possible at 866-305-9430. You can also email them at oac@snhu.edu or visit the Online Accessibility Center website. Couple of webinar reminders. This is an academic space, so always be mindful of your conduct. These webinars are optional, ungraded, and do not offer any extra credit, but hopefully they are helping you gain valuable knowledge and having a little bit of fun as we navigate from week to week in your SNHU 107 course. Y'all, 2 weeks left of your term. We are in module 7, so you have this week, module 7, week 7, and then you have next week, module 8. Week 8 will be your very last week. So I wanted to just take a quick moment and really talk to you, making sure that you understand how to assess yourself, like how the term is going, what you think about things, and just really taking a moment to reflect on how things have gone and what changes, if any, you might need to make going forward so you're successful in your SNHU academic journey. So a lot of times students are like, I don't even know where to start with like a self-assessment. So I want to remind you that a self-assessment is just really taking a moment to reflect upon whatever you're going through. And this can be academically, professionally, personally. You want to make sure you ask yourself some of those hard questions. We're going to talk about those here in a minute. Make sure you stay positive. Open up the lines of communication and take action for your success. So what are those hard questions? I like to call them the hard truths. It's taking a moment, no matter what the situation is, if it's work, academically, personally, and just thinking for a minute about these things. So let's think from like an academic perspective. So think about your class or your courses that you're taking this term. What are the things you're doing well? Like, what are you proud of? Like, maybe you're getting your assignments in on time. Maybe your writing's better than you thought it was. Maybe you have an A right now. Maybe you're like managing your time well. Like, what is it that you're like, heck yeah, I'm doing this really well? And then think about at the same time, like, what is maybe something you could do better? Like, maybe you're turning your assignments in by the wire. Like they're coming in at like 11:50 and you're getting them in just really last minute. Could you improve that and get them turned in a little bit earlier in the week so it doesn't stress you out? Or like maybe you're not doing well managing your time, or maybe you just feel really stressed or rushed, like whatever it is. Like, what is something you could do better? Like, what is your strength? Like, what is something you're like super proud of that you're like, I'm a good writer? Or gosh, like I have really done great in the discussion post this term. What is it? Like, what's your strengths this term? Where might you need to improve? And then I love these 2 questions. What can you do about it and who can help me? So if you're struggling with something in your class or you're not sure how to do something, like what is an SNHU resource that you can reach out to? So it's going to take you reaching out to that SNHU resource. Maybe you're struggling with your writing mechanics or just like your general writing. Working with the academic support team written feedback service is a great idea. Maybe you're missing some assignments or you struggled on some assignments. This is where you want to reach out to your instructor, your faculty, to see if is there anything that you can still make up if you're missing things to get caught up? There's a late penalty. They can always say no, but it's always no unless we ask. Or maybe if you really struggled on something and want to see if you could submit it to redo it, to add some more points, that might be an option. They can always say no, but it's always worth asking. Okay, so go after your best grade is what I always tell students. And it's so important that no matter what is happening in our life, every single one of us carries heavy things. And just because we carry it well doesn't mean it's not heavy, right? So as you're working through anything, it's so important to remember to believe in yourself and that power of possibility. The sun will come back out again because, it's not every day is sunshine and rainbows. There's some cloudy ones, some stormy ones, and some days we just want to go back to bed. But if we stay positive and remember that you are 100% worth this journey and that you can do this, it keeps you moving one foot in front of the other to achieve your academic dreams. If it was easy, everybody would do it, y'all. It takes sacrifice and it takes hard work. as you consider where you might need to make some adjustments or things you want to improve upon this term, or maybe resources that you haven't used or didn't get to use and you want to use them moving forward, this is the time to reach out and communicate and connect for your success. Every SNHU department and team here at the university has a phone. Pick up your phone and call them if that is what is your best way to communicate. Some faculty may even text message, check your My Instructor announcement and how they communicate, but every single department and every single instructor has an email address. So if you have questions for your instructors or want to know things, like, you can always email them. Plus, this is a great time to make appointments with different resources. Like if you are more interested in the academic coaching or the peer tutoring, or any of the other resources, maybe even an appointment with your faculty member if you have questions on assignments or your grade. This is where you want to communicate for your success. Remember, I always like to share this really quick little graphic because there's so many resources, and this isn't even a comprehensive list, but these are a lot of resources. The most common ones that students utilize: that 24/7 drop-in tutoring, the written feedback service from both of those are academic support team. You always have the learning community webinars. They're up all term. The focus videos are up all term. You can go back and watch those if you need kind of like somebody to walk you through different things or where to click and how to find things. You always can reach out to SNHU Career even early here in your academic journey. You have your advisor that can connect you to so many different departments and services. If something technical isn't working, you have the help desk. The library is amazing for research, citations, or just in general, if you want to explore the library. You have SNHU Connect is where you can find clubs, organizations, and the SNHU 107 learning community. And SNHU Wellness is a great click away from your classroom. And there's a lot of resources in there about managing your time, managing stress, managing anxiety. It's just really a great comprehensive resource for students. Plus, outside the classroom, y'all have different social supports that just help you stay motivated and keep on track for your success. And I like to remind students that as we come into especially the end of the term, if there's things you want to change, things you want to make better, things you want to not do anymore so that you can get your stuff done the way you need it to get done, this is where nothing changes if nothing changes. So make those changes. What are you going to do about it? Who do you need to reach out to? And remember that today is the day to go after your best success. Okay. I wanted to just take a quick moment, show you a couple things again about your Module 7 final project for SNHU 107. Last week in week 6 webinar, I walked you through very in-depth where to find the project and went through the project example, but I wanted to just show you very quickly today, again, where you can find those things. So remember, when you log into your SNHU 107 class, click on that course menu, go to learning modules, and you want to go down to module 7. When you go to module 7, a couple things I wanted to point out. One, you will see a graded, or you will see a discussion assignment. This is not graded. This is a discussion opportunity where you can ask questions, share tips for writing. You can share, any maybe time management strategies that have helped you stay on track. But you don't have to do anything if you don't want to do anything. But this is not a place where you put any piece or part of your project, okay? It's literally just there as an opportunity if you want to share your thoughts, okay? But you will see this 7-2 project, an academic success plan worth 250 points. That's the big heavy hitter assignment this week. Click on guidelines and rubric. And when you do that, it's going to pull up the whole assignment. So as a reminder, it'll go over the directions, what you're doing, but scroll all the way down. So when you look at this, when you see what to submit, you will see this academic success plan template. When you click on that, it opens up a Word document that you can type directly in, just like your previous journal assignment templates, okay? If for some reason you're like, I don't like the template, I don't want to use the template, that's fine. You can create your own document. You just need to make sure that you have all pieces and parts and that you don't miss anything or forget anything. That's the biggest thing I see when students create their own document. They're always missing something. So make sure you have that. But I want to point out too that under supporting materials, you will see a project template. This is the same exact template as what's up here, academic success plan template. I do not know why they are titled differently, but they are the exact same thing, okay? The other thing I wanted to remind you of is you do have a project example. So if you click on project example, it opens up a completed final project. As a reminder, this is just here so you can see what your end result should be of your own final project academic success plan. Do not copy verbatim any pieces or parts of this project, okay? It'll flag academic integrity so fast. This is just here to give you an idea of how you might answer these questions and what it should look like. This project is also not perfect. However, it's a really great way to see how you should put together your project. So I just want to run through a couple of things because remember last week in Module 6, I went through every single question. But this week, I just wanted to show you, you're going to have, like, for example, question number 1. There's a few pieces and parts. Identify a problem-solving technique or method you've used in a previous situation, explain how it helped you, how might problem-solving methods be different in diverse cultures or fields of work, and how can effective problem-solving help you in your academic journey? So question 1 has 3 parts. You'll notice for this student, they broke it down into 3 different bullets. They used complete sentences, they shared their answers, and gave examples. All right. You will notice as you navigate through this Module 7 assignment that questions are very similar to questions we've had on assignments previously in your SNHU 107 course. They are not exact, so it's really important to understand that you can utilize those concepts and what you know about them to be able to answer these questions, but it's not necessarily a copy-paste situation because the questions are a little bit different, okay? The only spot is if you go through your project, and you will see that number 6 and 7 is your personal mission statement and those 3 short-term goals. If you were a student that when you turned that Module 4 journal assignment in, your mission and goals, and you got 100% across the board, no recommendations for additions, changes, edits, that is a spot where you can copy and paste that mission over into number 6, and you can copy and paste those 3 short-term goals from Module 4 into Module 7's assignment, okay? So I just wanted to point that out. If you had recommendations for edits, you want to make those edits, because I will tell you, like when I grade these, I pull up the final project and I compare it to what was turned in Module 7 if there was any recommendations for edits for those mission statements and goals, okay? So like I said, you'll notice similar content, but then a little bit different. That's really that only spot where it might be a copy-paste situation. There are a total of 12 questions on this assignment. You will notice as you navigate through the example, you'll see like how they answered it, feedback that they gave. The biggest thing is make sure you are writing in complete sentences. It's always helpful to give examples and details. And if you get stuck or you're not sure on something, this is a great time to reach out to your instructor or even utilize that written feedback service from academic support, okay? Y'all are going to be fabulous. Remember, your final project is due by Sunday of week 7, Module 7, or before is convenient for your schedule. And just be yourself. This is a great opportunity for you to really think about connecting the dots and all the information that you have learned this term into this final project. If anything, make sure that you get it turned in because it's worth a significant chunk of your grade. And just know, you 100% got this. We're so excited for you. Have the best week 7. The final projects, the academic success plan documents are one of my most favorite assignments, and I know they're a lot of your faculty's favorite assignments to review. It's just really cool to see how you all put everything together that we've worked and learned about all term long. So go get it, y'all. Have the best week 7. And I'll see you in week 8. You got this.